Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Barcelona.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, we're on the way.
Modern football is full of power, pace and physicality, but there's a player who
Tries a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rummenigge really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Nice looking ball. Neatly clipped into space. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And this is Kaut. Big chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Pirlo has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And he's had it nicked away. Tries to pass it through. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Messi. And it's Pirlo. Zola. Lahm. Rummenigge. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Just eases him off the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, Dogged defence on the other. And he's picked... He leaps for it! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Oh, that's well spotted. Pele is herring after that one. Now it's Messi. Xavi Alonso. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Pele quietly revving up. Thailand do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Couch. And it's Kadiolu. Lam, he's picked his way through, and this is Pele. There's the header, and it's a goal. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Thailand have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Pirlo gets a foot in here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Looking for options for movement. Played in. Oh, great leap! And a neat finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So that's two now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Messi, can he get onto this? Oh, delightful ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And it's Couch.
Such good technique.
That's very neat. Crosses it in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Pirlo. That's a sharp pass. Zola has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Gerrard. Xavi Alonso. And it's Cannavaro. Now it's Figo. Whatever he had in mind, that was... Goes for a shot! Oh, a very decent attempt. Rafael Varane. Roberto Carlos. Not the most accurate pass.
There will be
Messi.
1 minute added time.
Rummenigge, and he's certainly onside. Oh, shooting chance! Incredible! Just incredible! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Thailand marching seemingly on towards victory, 3-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Messi. Oh, that's neat. That'll be a throw. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Takes a shot! And that's another good win of the ball. And he's opted for the long pass. And reclaimed it in a trice. It's Gerrard! Pirlo goes short. In by Count. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Thailand have the chance to go the other way. Pinches it off him. And here's Messi. Good running, strong and purposeful. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That's a cute ball. No, that's been intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And he's quick to get rid. Zola. That's a good run down the left. Lahm gets over and intercepts. Zola. Pele. Can he get it through? He won't be happy with that one. And here's Messi. Pirlo. And Caggiolu. And it's Xabi Alonso. And it's Pirlo. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Turan. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That pass has been well intercepted. Vermaelen promptly onto that, and that is that. Count is onto it in a flash. Pirlo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? The referee has given a corner.
Substitution.
It's their second corner of the game. Pirlo with the short one. Pirlo. Cannavaro. And this is Gerrard. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And he's intervened well there. Now that's well seen too. 75 minutes played.
Thailand couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
And it's been played through. And the shot! And it's there! Just cruising! They are cruising! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Barcelona making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Now it's Messi, and he welcomes it in. Makaleli. Vermaelen makes the interception. Kadiolu. Vermaelen kept his eye on it, and he's there. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. This looks promising. Nicely weighted ball. Platini is wide and looking to get onto this.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Nicely worked. And that's it. Thailand can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Rummenigge, hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Please take this opportunity to pay a visit to our official store where memorabilia from today's...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
everybody,
The game
and
yet to
welcome to
kick off.
today's match.
The excitement already palpable.
Against Thailand.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We are just getting started. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs from deep, going box to box, these weren't the sort of things expected from a playmaker back in his day.
Has a look and plays it forward. He's having a pop! Oh, it's hit the post! And it's Rijkaard. Danielson! Danielson! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Looking for the run. And he's managed to get free. Now, can he find a finish? That is great defending, so alert. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And here's Suarez, driving on and making good progress. He won't be happy with that one. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
First quarter of an hour gone. He has found the way through. Delivered with swing. Messi with the clearance. That is ended up in no man's land. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Ibrahimovic.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Danielson. It's gone out for a throw-in. Thailand still without a single shot on target. It's Park Ji-sung. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Might want to be careful there.
Danielson. Played in by Ibrahimovic! And that was probably asking just too much.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Thailand are looking to go forward now. No way through. Danielson. Park Ji-sung is... It's Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Thailand
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Pele. Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Pele. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Otto. Threads one in. Oh, that's a key interception. Rafael Varane.
That's alert and sharp and very well played. Thailand certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Not the most accurate pass, and it's with the keeper. And that's another good win of the ball. Now that looks a decent shot at goal! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
That pass isn't the best. Otto. Gullit. Vermeer, renowned for his long-range shooting. Danielson. Ibrahimovic. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Thailand present their opponents with the best possible chance here. This for genuine comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Thailand are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's it.
And that signals the end of the first period. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Away we go again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And this is Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Ibrahimovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Thailand have their second corner now. Oh, good climb! Oh, crossbar! And now a sudden chance to counter. And Gullit! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Roberto Carlos. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Not the best distribution from the keeper. That is good alertness. Danielson. He's found a way through. Danielson. Ibra. There's the shot! Yes! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too. We're about to announce today's lottery numbers. Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
Raphael Varane is someone I've always liked a lot for his incredible discipline and intelligence, Peter. So often having to play a covering role for a more aggressive partner, he really has made that style his own.
Yeah, that's something for which he has rightly received a lot of praise in view of the kind of players he's been paired with down the years.
Yeah, and something he can do thanks to his great recovery pace and an outstanding sense of positioning too.
And it's Ronaldinho. Great defending, strong and determined. Knocks it into space. Now, can they get him away? He is through here. Over to the other side. Roberto Carlos going forward. Well, that is a good challenge from him. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Oh, it's Dembele. And he's there to get it away. And here's Ronaldinho. Bruno Fernandes. Space for him to turn and look. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. And this is Luis Suarez. And this is Del Piero. Always chance, surely! It's in! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Thailand have taken the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Varane clears without hesitation.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Stood up well to him there. Zambrotta, Ronaldinho. That's put paid to the danger. Rafael Varane is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. He can run onto that. This looks promising. He's shifting through the gears here. Rummenigge with the cross. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
Thailand are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes! They want to be quick to recover this.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a good ball out wide. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Swings it across. This is their second corner of the game. And a header! Oh, there's a probing ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Pirlo. Looking for the run. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Pelé. And he skips past his man. Lahm picks it up out wide. Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now it's Hazard. It's a searching pass. It's Dembele! Oh, how's that for a goal? That is a gem! An absolute gem! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The vision wonderful, the technique perfect.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's a shade optimistic. Shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Roberto Carlos, not the most accurate pass.
Minutes has been indicated.
Rijkaard. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ronaldinho might just make this. That's the end of the first 45. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And this is Ronaldinho. Tries to pass it through. Ronaldinho providing an outlet on that flank. Good chance here! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Pressing high and with purpose. Roberto Carlos. Hazard. Dembele! Played into space. Varane kept his eye on it, and he's there. Ferdinand getting this one clear. Pele. Luis Suarez. Well, that pass isn't the best. Keeper's got good distance on that. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Somalia appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And the through ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Azar. Lam. That's been slipped through. He's in one-on-one. He's had a shot! And a neat finish. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Somalia leading now.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now it's Luis Suarez.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Thailand may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Chance for a shot! And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Somalia are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Substitution for Thailand, number 14.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
18,
Somalia go up by 2 and are looking good.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Ronaldinho.
Number 20.
Oh, lovely feet, he is such a good mover.
Substitution in progress.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. Plays the return pass. Rummenigge. Thailand perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that could set him on his way. And that is well cleared. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That ball looks a good one. Ronaldinho. He's through on goal here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Varane. Ambitious ball here. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And it's Michel Platini. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. There's the crossfield ball. Lam. Skims one. Big chance! Caught offside that time. Lam makes the interception. Looking to play him in. Oh, this looks sharp. Lahm, that's an imaginative pass. The final 5 minutes. Lahm in acres of space out wide. Buffon claims it, safe hands. Ronaldinho, and he was quick to react. Platini. And he's worked it through, and he's running through. Plenty to aim at here. Van der Sar did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And we're done. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So it's down to business here.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
And how he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision, make those clever little late runs. He is, for me, the ideal teammate. The perfect blend of power, speed, athleticism, technique. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody, comes close.
Pelé, the gold standard, head and shoulders above the rest. Albert Ferrer gets across to intercept that. Now it's Pelé. Pelé. Roberto Carlos. And this is Messi. Luis Suarez. Zanetti deals with that comfortably. Pele gets on his bike and on the move. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see. A great chance! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Gerrard. Thailand yet to have an attempt on goal. Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Tries to play it through, and there's green grass ahead of him. Chance for a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Pirlo, showing good feet. And now a sudden chance to counter. Adriano going about things with real menace. Pele, and it's Zanetti. And this is De Bruyne. Pirlo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Zanetti. And this is Luis Suarez. And it's lofted through here. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Davids looking to pass their way up the pitch. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Inter clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Adriano. Pele. That is good alertness. Albert Ferrer. Zanetti. And it's Koundé. De Bruyne. Davids. Knocks it into space. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, that's delightful. It's Ibrahimovic! There it is! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Koundé kept his eye on it, and he's there. Mbappe. Thailand are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Looking for the run, and this is Ibrahimovic, and he was alert to it. Pele. Thailand leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. Pirlo. Lahm. Pirlo. Great work on the overlap. He's shifting through the gears here. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Thailand have their second corner now. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, what has happened here? That is lovely. Pele with getting up there! And that signals the end of the first period. So the team's still separated by one goal, but it should be very different. Thailand come in leading by just the odd goal.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Thailand have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And so the action is resumed.
Thailand can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Zanetti. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mbappe, well read, and the danger is averted. Looking for options for movement. Ferdinand clears without hesitation. Lam is always looking to play quality balls. Davids to Gerrard. Turns back here, probably the best option. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Luis Suarez. Roberto Carlos. Messi. He might be in here. Pele. Impressive jump. Went with his head but couldn't steer it in.
I think it's a very fair effort, Peter, considering he didn't have much in the way of space to play with.
Thailand are still that goal to the good. Pele. Played into space. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Ibrahimovic currently being consciously targeted.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Quality ball. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Adriano, and the shot! It's a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And here's Mbappe, and it's Gerrard. Davids. Mbappe. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And this is Adriano. Oh, that's well spotted. He's picked his way through. Pele. Shot a goal! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 5.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Il numero 22, il numero 97, Piera Aubameyang. Attenzione, una
Zanetti.
sostituzione.
Thailand are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Now, what about a counter-attack?
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Terrific effort! He will be livid with himself.
Thailand really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Makalele calmly anticipates. Thuram. Long ball upfield. Albert Ferrer promptly onto that, and that is that. Zanetti. And it's Davids. Vieira. Played back to the goalkeeper. Koundé. Plays a sharp little ball here. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 10.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Gerrard. Lasciano il campo per il numero 11. Il numero 8.
Ended up in no man's land. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There's the shot! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it!
Pele really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Inter Milan found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the...
And there goes the final whistle. Thailand can